Stay tuned, my wonderful scholars, as we continue with JAM past question 2001. Question number 7. The question goes this way. The earth is not spherical but elliptical in shape. Variation in latitude and longitude. Rotation of the earth on its axis. Variation of the density of the earth. And the question says, on which combination of the above does the weight of an object vary on the earth's surface? On which combination of the above does the weight of an object vary on the earth's surface? Anytime we discuss the weight of an object, we're also discussing gravity. Whatever that will affect weight will also affect gravity, because gravity causes weight. And another way of putting this question is asking you, what are those factors that affect gravity? There are 3 key factors that affect gravity of all planets or all satellites. To change gravity in a satellite, there are 3 things you will vary, and they are: solution. Number 1, shape of the earth. Let's take earth as an example of a planet or satellite. Shape of the earth, spin or speed or rotation of the earth. Then lastly, altitude. These are 3 factors that can vary gravity. Okay, paying attention. Let's start with the first one. The acceleration due to gravity of the earth is 10 meters per second square. It's a constant now because the shape of the earth is constant. But if I'm to vary the acceleration due to gravity of the earth, all I need to do is to vary the shape of the earth, which I can do. But if there is a natural force that can make that possible, either increase the mass of the earth or lower the mass of the earth, when you vary mass, you are indirectly affecting shape. You are causing increase or decrease in the shape. So the idea of shape is synonymous to the idea of mass in this context. The mass of the earth is fixed, therefore it has fixed acceleration due to gravity. So if the shape of the earth changes, its g will also change. Things will begin to form either very fast or very slow, depending on what type of change that happens to the shape. If the shape gains mass, then things will fall faster. But if the shape loses mass, then things will fall slower. So shape can affect weight or gravity. Then the second one is spin or speed or rotation of the earth. The speed of the earth is also fixed. That's why g in earth is fixed, 10 meters per second square. The speed of the mother earth, its angular speed, x, 460 meters per second. In every 1 second, the mother earth moves 460 meters. So that speed of spin or rotation is fixed. Then if the earth begins to spin very fast, let's say 500 or 1000 meters per second, then something will happen to g, to change. So the faster the earth spins, then the slower the g. Things will fall slower in the earth's surface because angular speed affects falling body. Take time to notice, when you get a body and spin it and leave it, the body does not get to the ground immediately. The body keeps on rotating. It tries to maintain that motion. Inertia. It wants to maintain that angular speed. So when the earth increases its speed, then things will begin to fall slower inside the earth's surface. Then when the speed of the earth lowers from 460 to about 200 meters per second, then things will fall faster. That's why it's a concern. It can affect g, weight, or gravity in a planet, example earth. Then altitude. Yeah, we've said it before that g is constant, 10 meters per second square, but it varies slightly. There are heights, when we say altitude, mean heights. There are heights that will vary it a bit, but just negligible variation, where we may have 9.7, 9.8, 9.9, approximately everything will give you 10 meters per second square, approximately. So altitude can vary with. Why is it possible? Recall, Weight or gravity is a center-to-center attraction. The center of the earth is towards its core, the earth's core, which is downwards, deep under us, the earth's core. That's where the center of the earth is. So anything closer to the earth will have a greater weight, while things far away from the earth will have less weight compared to things closer to it. This is why the airplane goes very far away from the earth, because the closer the airplane to the earth, the more the gravitational pull on it. This is also why eagle, giant birds, fly and stay at mountain top. They soar at the sky because they are tending to move far away from the center of the earth, where the gravitational pull is more. So altitude is also a concern. Heavy things, they tend to move away from the center of the earth. When they get too close, they'll be stuck to the earth. The earth will exert a greater gravitational pull on it or them. So the three things that affect gravity are shape of the planet, spin, speed or rotation of the planet, and the altitude of a body from the planet. Then let's go to the options and see the combination that suits these three conditions or variables. I says the earth is not spherical but elliptical in shape. You can see I is making reference to shape. Then it goes for this, correct? Variation in latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitude are synonymous to altitude. There are different levels in the earth's surface. So it talks about altitude, correct? Rotation of the earth on its axis. It's talking about speed, spin, and rotation. Then variation of the density of the earth. So density is outside these three conditions that affect the acceleration due to gravity of a planet. Therefore, density is odd. So we eliminate density. Finally, we'll be going for I, and III. That's option C. Option C is the best option. Thank you. Stay tuned and do subscribe.